Once a jolly survivor camped by a billabong, under the shade of a green obelisk, and she sang as she watched. And because I come from the land down under, I want to see if it's possible to survive, thrive, and terrorize Valguero using only 100% authentic Aussie-made creatures. I was treated to a view of a lovely lakeside vista upon spawning in, the serene side only slightly diminished by the presence of a bloated ichthyosaur carcass, but I wasn't here to gawk at the scenery. There was important work to be done, and the first step was collecting as many resources as I could as quickly as I could. A rather innocuous strategy, I thought, but one of my new neighbours apparently disagreed. I respawned atop some more dead dolphins and tried my best to repress that particular memory as I carried on foraging. Unassaulted this time. New tools in hand, I followed the shoreline, pausing briefly for an act of petty revenge, with the aim of reaching the foot of the distant cliffs, because I had a capital P plan. Okay, now I want to get over to the white cliffs here, because if memory serves, there's a lot of Procoptodon over there. Oh, I did not mean to do that. There's a lot of Procoptodon over there. And if I can tame myself one of those, that would be like a decent travel mount. Day one was drawing to a close as I arrived at my destination, and knowing I'd be no match for the terrors lurking in the shadows, I took a load off and set myself up a temporary camp, intending to get a good night's rest. By morning, a gentle fog had settled in, and the dawn light diffusing through the mist served as a perfectly picturesque backdrop to my first terrible realization. Ooh, is that carrots? Ooh, I think they are carrots. Too bad I'm not allowed to tame a bloody horse, but bright side, I can use veggies to tame other herbivores. Although, not Procoptodons. I need mushrooms for those, don't I? Which probably means I gotta find some crystal. Problem? I don't know where crystal spawns on Valguero. My second terrible realization was that the challenge I'd set for myself was likely going to be even more difficult than I'd originally anticipated. Oh, Mr. Dilo. Apologies, Mrs. Dilo. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh summed up the situation quite nicely, but there was a bright spot on the horizon. Is that a Minmi? Oh my god. You are freaking adorable. You are inciting my cute aggression. I just want to grab your little face and squash it. Oh, I'll be back for you. So I can actually tame you. I don't know how I tame you, but I'll figure it out. Now I want to go back for that Minmi. What level do I have to be to make a Minmi saddle? Minmi. 12. What am I? 7. Or it helps if I actually, put my points into shit, doesn't it? And wait. So now I am 10. Alright, 2 to go. Where's that Minmi? Minmi. My guess is I'm going to need berries. Actually, no, I got the carrots, didn't I? Put them there. Try not to eat them myself. Alright, where'd you go? There you are. You adorable little bastard. Come here. And, okay, that works. What I don't even check what level you are. 67. You're not going to last very long, are you? So freaking cute. Alright, let's go get you some friends. I think I spot another Minmi. Maybe this one will be a high level. Good afternoon, sir. Oh, you're only a 25. I think I want a bit higher than that. Look away, my friend. It's too cute. I feel terrible. But not so terrible that I'm gonna stop. I want a high level. Good job, buddy. Oh, that's so mean. That's so mean. Mean it may have been, but currently murder was one of the most effective ways to level up, and thanks to the wild Minmi sacrifice, in addition to that of several other local volunteers, we'll call them, I gained enough experience to unlock and craft the Minmi saddle. Are you making those noises? Even your noises are bloody cute. Okay, let's give you some health. Alright. We ready? We ready, Mimi the Minmi? Look at us go. Alright, what can you do? You harvest? Yes. I guess we do nothing but spin around, but I like it. Is there a dodo or something we can attack? I just want to see how much damage you do. I'm guessing not that much. Even your run is freaking cute. Okay. Well, we took several hits to kill a level 90 dodo. I soon discovered that Minmis are more lovers than fighters. Don't get me wrong, they're scrappy little bastards, not afraid to get in there and have a crack. They're just not great at it, I proclaimed from my glass house in between throwing stones. There's two! We have a 15 and a 45. Oh, I didn't want to have to do this. Mimi? Oh, of course. You stole my spear. Of course. None of your business, fish bitch. Oh, I need to make a spear. Mimi? Alright, Mimi, we're going. Run, Mimi. Run. Run as fast as your stubby little legs can carry you. Come on, Mimi. Yeah, you're more of an endurance runner, not a sprinter. Alright, we're gonna have to try this. Get him, Mimi. And here comes the Dilo. Save me, Trike. Mimi! Yeah, both Mimi the Minmi and my own weak-ass self had plenty of growing to do. But if we were going to accomplish that as a team, I had to pull Mimi's adorable ass out of the fire first. Alright, let's go. Run. Run. It's a trike following us. Oh. He's distracted. Go. As fast as your little legs can carry you. After making our painfully slow escape, we carried on down the beach, searching for a suitable place to set up camp, because the day, unlike Mimi herself, had gone quickly and night was upon us once more. The clouds above burst open right as I was in the middle of setting up. Drenched and miserable, I may have again lamented the challenge I'd set for myself, just a tiny bit. But before regret had a chance to truly take hold, it was trampled back down by the toe beans of a Minmi. Any other time I could have been like that. Knockout, boom, almost max level. But you had to go and not be an Australian creature, didn't you? Minmi! 100. That's higher than me. Yes, you know what? Screw it. Screw it. You're coming with me. Mimi the second. Responsible now for 2 precious Minmi lives, I could not in good conscience keep living on the beach with only a campfire to my name. I needed to be a better provider and establish a shelter, even if only a small and ramshackle one. So, undeterred by neither the dark nor rain, I retraced my footsteps back down the beach, scrounging up whatever resources I could from the debris that had washed ashore. Doing so until I was sidetracked by one of the strangest sights I'd ever seen in Ark. Don't come near me when you're being chased. It's being attacked by an oviraptor. What the hell? What's got you so worked up, mate? Just pissed off at everybody. The beach is being terrorized by an oviraptor. Go for the horse next. The horse. Hey, no, I didn't do anything. No. No, leave me alone. Yeah, that's it. Pick up the dodo. I don't know what your problem is, mate, but I hope you get the help you so very obviously need. Wishing the rabid oviraptor well on his mental health journey, I jumped immediately back aboard the grind train because I was about to be responsible for 3 precious Minmi lives. Is that another Minmi? What level are you? What level are you? 130. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. At this rate, there's going to be less the Australia playthrough and more the Minmi playthrough. Right, come meet the others. Only for my progress to be interrupted again. But this time, my attention span wasn't to blame. I yeeted the mod that had caused the crash and, upon logging back in, wasted no time constructing a bare-bones base camp. With a safe haven to return to, I felt confident enough to strike out and explore more of the world. I briefly considered letting Mimi tag along, but while her cuteness was a solid 10 out of 10, her speed sadly clocked in at about a 2, and ultimately it would be more expedient to just go alone. My top 2 priorities for this scouting mission were 1, to find Crystal, which turned out to be easy enough, and 2, find metal. That wasn't difficult to locate either, but the locals apparently took much more offense to my mining it, even my fellow Aussies, if you can believe it. Are these river rocks? Or are they just aesthetic rocks? I think they're river rocks. Yep, alright. This will have to supply us for now, I think. Please don't do that. The last thing I want to do is hit your bloody tail. Really? You have the entire bloody map and you have to come over here, where I am. Get your ass out of my face. Go away, sir. Fine, I'll move. Oh, 135. You don't have a baby. If I can, I'll be back to tame you later. If not, nice meeting you. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 I just got my medal. In an atypical fit of optimism, I plonked down a forge before going off to retrieve my lost items. On my way, I stumbled across something very enticing indeed. We have a baby. Oh, okay. Just wait there. I'll be back. But that would have to wait until after I'd reclaimed my personal possessions and set my metal to smelting. There's more river rocks over here, that's good to know. What I want to know now is where that bloody Thyla is at. Oh, angry kitty cat. Not camping my body, are you? Nope, I think it's chasing a root. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Classic Australian prehistoric site there. I assume. I wasn't around. Alright, grab it and go, grab it and go, grab it and go. Blink. Except I've never really excelled at the whole not getting distracted thing. Oh, honey, no, 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 don't get distracted. Just get this metal back. Let's go see if we can find that parent Procoptodon. I can't remember if you can bowl a Procoptodon. Where was it? Over here somewhere? Oh, and of course the fog is rolling in. Just when I want to find something. Is that you? It looks like it. Nah. Bugger. I did eventually meander my way back to base camp and deposit the metal in my forge, but all the while my mind was masticating on the Procoptodon problem. Now I could probably trap the Procop with billboards, couldn't I? What level do I have to be to make those? Oh, I can make a wooden one. Alright, I think we can make that work. We might need some more wood, but we can make that work. We could make that work. Famous last words. Oh, I dived into the billboard plan with unrivaled enthusiasm. I farmed, crafted, and constructed until I'd checked off all the prerequisites for forcibly adopting a baby Procoptodon. Except no. No, I could not make that work. Not even a little bit. Oh, is that you? That's you. Okay. I just need you to sit. Yep, nope. I like to trap you right in it. Nope. Nope. Patience. I must say, this is really thrilling stuff. Go. No! Alright, there. And still for 5 minutes. I'm warning you, I'm about 5 seconds away from punching your baby. Ev! Oh, God. Oh, you can reach me. Stay there, please. Stay there. Did you kill the baby? I'm gonna be so pissed if you killed the baby. No question, the Allo had to algo. Being so close to base, it posed far too great a threat to my Min-Me menagerie, and so ensued a lengthy game of prehistoric tag, which, with some last-minute help from a herd of trikes, I'm pleased to say I won. Nice teamwork, trikes. Thanks for the assist. But this victory was bittersweet. Because the Allo had murked the baby Procoptodon, I was left with no alternative other than to venture off into the White Cliffs in search of another one. Before doing just that, however, I figured paying the nearby crystal nodes a visit was worth a shot, just to see if I could forage up any rare mushrooms. Kidnapping was still absolutely plan A, but taming an adult Procop was a solid backup, just in case plan A didn't work out for some strange reason. No! Though, as is my MO, I found it difficult to stay on task, but who could blame me in this situation? If you were given the option to choose between mushrooms and sauropods, you'd choose the dinos as well. Don't even. There's 2 of you. No, there's even more than that. Hi. What were you called again? The, how do you pronounce it? Diamantinosaurus? Can I tame one of you? Must be at least level 85 to feed. Not quite. But what level were you? Can I get in there and see? 140. Oh, I need to get to level 85 pretty quick. I don't even know what you eat. Is it just veggies? I have carrots. Do you like carrots? I would eventually suss out the dietary preferences of the Diamantinosaurus, but that would come much later. I had smaller, more kangaroo-shaped ambitions to fulfill first. I'm going to head into the White Cliffs to try and find myself a baby Procop. So anything that I don't want to lose, I'm going to leave here, which basically just amounts to my metal pick and some resources. And I didn't have to travel deep into the White Cliffs at all before I found a potential candidate. Here's the plan. Baby? Come here, baby. No, baby. Yep, okay, come with me. Come. Yep, off the cliff, Come after me. Now to see if my genius plan was actually genius, or if it was just really stupid like I suspect it was. I think the parent's down there. Where's the baby? Where's the baby? Well, that's my 2 brain cells getting their exercise in for the day. Now I just got to get you trapped. And just in case you missed it before, I'd like to take this opportunity to reiterate that I really, really suck at taming procops with billboards. The only way I can seem to manage it is with an assist from divine intervention. Oh. Stay there. Please stay there. Oh, shut up. I'm so sick of running out of food and water. Where's your baby? I'm going through all this just to lose the baby now. Is it in there with you? Don't do this. Don't do this. Baby. We're going to kill you anyway. Hopefully I can find the baby, but like if not, it's only level 20, and at least now I know my kamikaze cliff plan kind of works. Bastard. Where's the baby? Where's the bloody baby? There it is. Go. Come. Oh, about bloody time. Alright, we have you now. You're only a level bloody 20, but we have you. But as anyone who is familiar with this game can attest, when Ark giveth, you can be assured that there's a taketh away on the horizon. Alright, my little friend, come with me. You might want to look away for about 20 seconds. That is a very undignified position. Like the kangaroo equivalent of being found on the toilet. No. Where if you kill this kangaroo? I want to quit. Oh, you... So it was back to the White Cliffs for me. Unfortunately, my second outing wasn't anywhere near as successful as my first. Don't bring them over here! No! No! Please, no! And my third outing was cut short as well in a depressingly predictable fashion. Your baby? Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me. Things obviously haven't been going well. I think it's time for a new plan. The new plan was to revert back to the old plan. I'd stop focusing so heavily on taming and shift my attention to stockpiling resources, crafting necessary items, and leveling up. I was kind of hoping the repetitive nature of the tasks I'd set for myself would have a meditative effect and wash away the sting of failure. They did not, but it did get me to start examining my options. What was my next step going to be? Should I focus on base building? I hadn't given too much thought as to where I was going to build my permanent home yet, but seeing as the majority of my gameplay so far was just me running a circuitous route in and out of the White Cliffs, maybe it would be a time saver if I simply put down roots there, cut down on my commute, so to speak. So with a concrete goal to work towards, I continued making steady, purposeful progress. Up until I decided bugger all that responsible nonsense, I want to tame some shit. There was just one issue. How did I convince a Procoptodon to go into my taming pen? Well, first of all, some ramps would probably help. Despite Procop's ability to clear a good third of the map in a single bound, most wouldn't voluntarily just hop into my trap. Of course, the Ark gods, being the vindictive wankers that they are, decided to taunt me by dropping a Procoptodon practically on my head as I was crafting them. An adult it may have been, but given how miserably I'd failed to tame a bloody baby, I was willing to give it a shot. Which went about as well as expected, until the situation really hit the rocks. But in this context, that was actually a positive thing. Let's get one in here somewhere. Okay, let's try that. Please, 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 please. I'm sick of doing this shit. Mushrooms, I need mushrooms. Taming the Procoptodon was only half the battle. I still had to acquire the materials for crafting his saddle, which, after the failure and frustration I'd experienced while taming, was surely going to be the easy part. Of course. What did I need? It was 200 pelt, I think. I feel like we keep making one step forward and 2 steps back. Annoying, yes, but I think death in this case was actually a blessing in disguise, because on my way back from retrieving my items, I stumbled across... Yep, let's go. Let's go. Boom. My focus narrowed. I had one mission and one mission only. Get the Joey back to base alive and unharmed. A task of Herculean proportions, it turns out, because not only did we encounter danger every step of the way, I should have learned my lesson after last time. Let's not throw spears around the baby Ruse. Oh wait. But this bloody baby was so f***ing annoying that I wanted to strangle it with my bare hands. Right, just stop for a sec. Stop for a sec. Stop. 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 Nope. Really? Again, really? Which, for the record, I didn't. Although I may have punched it a couple of times. Get off! Get off! Oh no. No. We're running. We're running. And we ran and ran all the way back to base. After arriving and thoroughly unclenching, I could safely say, well, that was a pain in the ass. A full week and a hell of a lot of bullshittery it may have taken, but I could finally check a second critter off my Aussie animals to tame list. And such an achievement, paired with the memory of seeing that Thyla on the beach, got me feeling kind of greedy. Maybe, if I played this right, it wouldn't be too long at all before I was crossing off a third. So I crafted a few items I thought for sure would come in handy and made the trek back up through the White Cliffs. Attempting to tame a Thyla was risky enough. The least I could do was try to minimize that risk by using my trap. Sadly, while the trap itself worked as intended, the first thing it managed to actually trap was far too low a level to justify wasting my trank arrows. Oh, Thyla, can you help me test my trap? Please? No, not you. I'm not allowed to tame you. That's it, come on. That works. Don't really want a level 55 though. But the White Cliffs were home to a healthy Thyla population, thanks to mods. And I spotted a new and improved model with my spyglass almost instantly. I would like that. But baiting Thylas on foot is a dangerous game. Even stupid, some might say. Hey, chase me. Chase me. Come on. Run, 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 run. You in? Where are you? Come on up the ramp. Please go up the ramp. But at least in this instance, I won. Eventually. That's it, that's it. Come on. Perfect. No, wait, that could have been a pun. Perfect. Even if the game did run into overtime. Nope. The taming trap came in clutch again, and one change of soiled cloth pants later, we were knocking out our original thyla and feeding at the finest cuts of lamb the White Cliffs had to offer. Jealous of watching a thyla chow down on succulent lamb chops while I was stuck gnawing on low-grade dilo steaks charcoal grilled over an open campfire, I wandered away in search of some fun. And I found exactly that, which I was appreciative of, even if I felt like the game was taunting me again. When our thyla finally awoke, I whisked him back to base where he was allocated a new uniform and set up with a position as camp security. His first assignment would be to take care of the thyla we'd spotted on the beach a few days prior, except when we arrived on site, the beach thyla was no longer alone. We don't want to kill that one. Obviously, I wasn't going to pass up a 145 thyla, but given that my current taming trap was hovering about 100 meters above my head and surrounded by evil, I thought the smartest move here was to just construct a new one. So we chucked a Yui, and I spent a lovely evening farming resources by moonlight, but come morning, the romance was dead, and I had to acknowledge that I really need some better fucking gear. Because I wasn't allowed to tame the traditional harvesting dinos, high-quality tools were going to be the most efficient way for me to farm materials, and the best chance I would have of acquiring those would be loot drops. Spotting a couple of the telltale lights in the distance, I momentarily postponed thyla taming, and with the aid of Skip, our Procoptodon, hopped off in their general direction. We didn't actually make it to any supply drops. To be honest, Skip's low level made me cautious of adventuring too far afield. Even though I was pretty confident in his ability to outpace most threats, I knew his health reserves would not hold up if we got ourselves into a situation from which we could not jump out. With nothing to show from our brief outing other than a mark on my map to denote where more of our Aussie mates were spawning, Skip and I bounced on back home where the 145 thyla was waiting. After a couple of my previous taming experiences, I pessimistically expected the whole endeavour to kind of go tits up, but shockingly there were no major hiccups, even when a random Diplo stuck her extraordinarily long neck into business that was decidedly not her own. My thyla took care of it. This does not concern you. Are you shitting me? Go away. When are you going to get a TLC and fix all of your bullshit, Diplo? Yeah, that's it. Piss off. Piss off. A furious storm raged around us as we welcomed a second thyla to our burgeoning community. Now, don't get me wrong, it was nice just to have a new friend, but the fact that our new friend came equipped with daggers for claws and a devastating bleed attack was even nicer. And as our entourage trudged through the deluge back to base camp, I felt that shift. The balance of power was beginning to tip in our favour, signalling an end to our beach bob lifestyle. No longer would we be forced to cower, clinging to relative safety by the shore. It was time to move on, venture out into the wider, scarier world, and claim a place of our own. Which was a nice sentiment in theory, but in cleverly choosing to restrict myself to just Aussie animals, I'd nuked the possibility of taming any of the usual gathering dinos. I'd put myself in a position where, for the majority of my playthrough, I'd have to farm all my resources by hand, with primitive tools. Unless I got lucky and looted some of a higher quality. I would really like some tools, please. Doesn't have to be Ascendant, just something better than Primitive. Though that seemed unlikely, as if given the option, Lady Luck would rather flip me the bird than grace me with her smile. But with or without her assistance, I was determined to get shit done. And I got some shit done, but as inevitably happens whenever I spend too long focused on a single, and let's be real here, pretty bloody tedious chore, I start to get antsy. Before my boredom could build to dangerous levels though, I was lured away by the promise of shiny objects. Not what I wanted. Give me some tools. Not at all helpful. Not even close. Ooh, boosted purple. Grab and go, grab and go, grab and go. In and out, in and out, in and out. I hear bad things. Let's go. But when that was a bust, I began harassing the locals. And it's a 140 unicorn. Unfortunately, unicorns aren't native to Australia. Oh my god, this is bloody Thyla country. Go, go, go. There's a 140 something in there. Oh, you're pretty. 140s, 130s. Ugh, we're gonna have to get some more trank arrows. I need a better bow or crossbow. Yeah, whatever. That's none of my business. That, however, is. Go away. Bye. Responsibilities can only be shirked for so long, however, and I eventually had to get back to work, which was good timing on my part because some of the neighbours were getting far too curious for my liking. Haha, it's working already. Nah, you can't get in. Can you bastards get in? Oh, okay, you can get in. You can get in. The remainder of the wall was constructed quickly after that, and for a brief moment I did consider continuing my building streak, but in truth, my attention was already wandering elsewhere. I want to try and go tame some Muttaburrasaurus, because I'm thinking of you. I think there's a new boss on this map. I'm pretty sure there's a new boss. I can't remember exactly what it is at the moment, but I was thinking maybe using Muttaburrasaurus to go up against it. And I want to get to breeding and mutating, but before I can do that, I have to tame them. So I might grab... were they passive tames? Because we did see some before. I think they might have been passive. We'll just take a bunch of shit and try and figure this out. I'll take some of that. I got the berries. I hope it's not anything else because I don't have anything else. But you know what? We might actually take our Thyla friend with us for a bit of protection. Oh, I didn't bring a Pokeball, did I? Nope. Alright. Follow me. The Muttaburrasaurus hunt went both better and worse than I expected. Better because I managed to relocate the herd I'd bumped into several days earlier. There's one. Only a 45. 25. Even if they were all low level, I was happy enough just knowing their spawn location. But worse? Well, it went worse because Microraptors are persistent, aggravating, life-sucking little dickheads. Get him. Oh, not again. Oh, that was bad timing. No, 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 no. And even back at base camp, I couldn't escape the chaos. Oh, shit. I hope I have enough resources to make another saddle. Will I survive this? Careful. Careful. Yeah, piece of piss. Okay. Let's go. I need another Silas saddle. It's fucking Microraptors. Ruin everything. This better be a bloody good consolation prize game. No, definitely was not. Oh my god. Go away. Yep, get it, Tyler. Just don't hit the stego. Please don't hit the stego. What did I say? Who's with me? No, 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 no. You know what? You do whatever you want. I'm gonna try and make a settle. Get in there, Mimi. Right, you? With me. We pushed through though, crafted ourselves another Thyla saddle and raced off to find our tribe mates. And a storm's rolling in, just what we need. But the situation had devolved by the time we rocked up. There were bad things everywhere. You are very hurt though, aren't you? You know what, we're picking you back up. Chat route, heads up. Don't even think about it, RG. Just want some Mudabutasaurus. But the further we travelled, the more apparent it became that Ark intended to deny me my desire. Through the darkness of the night and the fury of the storm, we dragged our sodden hides home. The search may have been called off, but we all knew that wouldn't last forever. I would have my Mudabutasaurus. As I waited for my Mudabutasaurus dreams to be made reality, there was plenty of busy work to occupy myself with. I transferred my items from camp to our new home, made minor improvements around the base, set up a regular border patrol schedule to discourage the ruffians, and, of course, grew our tribe. Just not with Mudabutasaurus yet. What's the 130 over there? Right off the cliff. Brilliant, perfect, lovely. I attempted to add more Procoptodon to our ranks as well, but all that did was provide further evidence as to how shit I am at trying to trap anything with a bloody billboard. I'm not wasting time on this again. Back to the Thylas. Only there weren't really any Thylas worth taming to go back to, and as the light dimmed, the descending night brought with it yet another bloody storm. There's nothing that'll make you crave a warm, cozy interior more keenly than wet, miserable weather, and so feeling inspired, I started planning my future home, which, sadly for me, mostly involved but I have a non-existent reputation to uphold and couldn't possibly be caught using my time wisely by maintaining focus on a singular task for an extended period of time. So how fortunate was I that just as I was about to plan the foundation layout for my house, something came along to distract me. Oh! Oh, but how am I going to trap you? How is this going to work? Let's give it a go and fail miserably for the... What are we on now? 12th time? Yeah, if you could, like, just... Stop, 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 stop. That's it. Stop. Move, Dardick. I hate this. Hang on, hang on. Let me place you! The struggle was very, very real, but in the end, I prevailed. For a given definition of prevailed. You're gonna have some good stats, right? Right? And I'll be honest, after that, any pretense of starting construction was flung headfirst off a white cliff. Of course, Paraceratherium. Not like you have the whole map. You want to join in too, do you, Diplo? Yeah, come join the party. Oh, crossbow. Crossbow. Go, 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 go. Nope, nope, nope. No, no. Alright, get it and go, get it and go, get it and go. Yoink. Whee! Hello? You dickhead. Tools, 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 tools. Give me tools. Come on, give me something good. But silver linings and all that, our little side quest adventure did result in us partially uncovering the mystery surrounding the Muttaburrasaurus taming method. Hello. Didn't expect to run into you guys. Any of you high level? 145. Oh, but there is also a Rex there. Which could potentially be a hiccup in my plan. What level are you? 45. Let's try it. Kick your butt. You know what? They've run away. Let's just go follow them. Towards the other Rex, apparently. Where was the 145? Is that you? Yes. Do I even have anything to tame? Oh, I don't have anything to tame you with. Will you tame with veggie cakes? Where'd you go? I think you were a passive tame, weren't you? Oh, nope, nope. Okay, we need more food. What the hell? We were not prepared for that at all. Go away, Pteranodon. The tarnish on that silver lining, however, was the realization that I was going to need a bakery's worth of veggie cakes. Yeah, I really couldn't procrastinate the whole construction thing any longer. Just as I was getting into a good rhythm with that whole construction thing, I hit an important milestone. One I'd kind of forgotten about up until that moment. I just reached level 85 and was now capable, theoretically at least, of taming a Diamantinosaurus. Now, loath as I was to interrupt my building project for the 100th time, something had to be done about the harvesting situation. Gathering resources by hand is a cruel and unusual punishment, and of all the Aussie animals I was permitted to tame, Diamantinosaurus was the only one I suspected might be able to help make the torment stop. But at this stage, I didn't know that for certain. I was sure as shit willing to find out though. Don't even actually know how you tame them, so I'm gonna go grab some, let's put this away, grab some carrots. And I'm just going to try. Alright, we're going to take one of you with us. Just in case we've got a bit of a Muttaburrasaurus situation. And everything starts attacking us. We have seen a few high levels over here somewhere. Were you one of them? No. I think there's a 145 like in the ravine. Was it one of you? Nope. Yes. Chuck the carrots on the hotbar. Ah, there's one of those dragon bug things over there. Can I feed you a carrot? No. What do you eat? Let's have a quick whiz through the storage box. What else can I use to tame these bloody things? Mushrooms? Rare flowers? Narco... You know what? Actually. They're sleepy boys, right? So what about stimulant? I thought I got some stimulant somewhere. We'll grab some stim berries too. See how that goes. And rather than ruin the 145, I might try and find some 140s because there are a couple over here somewhere. 140, yes. Okay, let's try stimulant. You want this? No? Okay, let's try rare flowers. Nope. Mushrooms? No. Stimberry? No. What the hell do you eat? Probably like bloody veggie cakes or something, isn't it? Spoilers, it was veggie cakes. Even at the time, I had a gut feeling that might have been the case, no matter how fervently I wished otherwise. Since their introduction in ASE, veggie cakes had been shoved to the back of the too much of a pain in the ass to bother with drawer of my brain. Through, like, absolutely no fault of their own, I'll admit. No, the culprit had always been, and turns out still was, the goddamn bloody bees. I've never, not a single time, legit acquired a beehive in ASE. Not because I didn't try. Oh, I did. Much to my detriment. I did. But because they were always bugged the hell out. All of this superfluous backstory is sort of my long-winded way of saying my initial encounter with the goddamn bloody bees in ASA went as predicted. I mean, if I die, I'm literally right up the cliff there. Run. run. Get him. Bowler bees. That. Can we do something about this, please? Where are you going? Useless cat. I had to save myself. Denied making any new friends with amazing harvesting capabilities, at least for the foreseeable future, I had no other option but to return to doing things the old-fashioned way. Without a doubt, there would be bigger and better projects to come. My main contention with building at this current moment, though, was just how inefficient and grindy the process of farming resources was. I want to emphasize, I'm certainly not going to show it all because it would probably bore you to bloody tears, but I really want to emphasize just how much of this playthrough was spent gathering materials by hand with primitive tools. It was frustrating, to put it mildly. And the best way to mitigate that frustration was to bugger off and do something else for a while, which in this case entailed exploring deeper into the White Cliffs. We'd been hovering on the outskirts for a while now, but I yearned to leave civilization behind and discover what mysteries lay within the maze of crags and crevices. And there it is, my rustic masterpiece. I'm bored of building now. I need to go and do something else. Mostly though, we just discovered an overspawning problem. Likely an overcorrection on my part due to my previous playthrough where I very much had the opposite problem. See Silas. Siamese Silas. It's a lot of Silas. Yep. Wait a minute, my trap's not ready. Okay. Nobody move. It's fine. No, you're on. I want you on passive. Passive. Okay. You're all shitty levels. I want that. And excuse me, sir. I would like the one you were standing on as well. But if I pull up the wrong thing, you're all going to get in here, aren't you? Go chase the moth. Go, get it. That's it, go get the moth. Was it a bit of a pain? Yeah, but was it great for taming? Also yes, though cards on the table here, it did slowly start becoming more of a hindrance than a help. What level are you, buddy? Plus, it sure as shit didn't help me land any good stats. You come here, madam. What are your stats like? 25 health. 25. Get out of here. After a semi-successful outing, we returned home to repair, restock, and see to a few odd jobs around the base. I did pretty much anything in my power to delay having to go out on another resource run, including letting the pretty skylights hypnotize me into believing they might actually deliver on the promise of better equipment. But the pretty skylights are liars. As I was out on one of these lying loot drop runs and bravely retreating from a giant ass bug and the raptors I'm convinced were its minions, I was presented with my second opportunity to tame a Muttaburrasaurus. From my earlier, let's call it an experiment, I already knew that they ate veggie cakes. I was just hoping that wasn't the only thing they ate. You accept carrots? Move, turtle. What? Don't tell me I actually need veggie cakes. The subject of my current experiment had made the unwise decision to bring her child along on her swamp excursion. And in the moment, I was irritated enough, and honestly, I thought their colours were pretty enough, to start committing crimes about it. And even managed to dodge karma on my way out. Rose, no capros, no capros. Oh, that was so bloody close. What wouldn't be so easy to dodge though was the need to make bloody veggie cakes. And that meant it was back to my daily scheduled torture of farming resources by hand. I'm gonna make veggie cakes. What do I need, Benny? I think I need a tree platform because I need tree sap. Tree platform, okay. Oh, 1,000 wood. And then I need tree sap taps. What else do I need? I'll need a cooking pot. To my great delight, farming resources was only half the battle. Oh shit, I need an entire bloody farm. You are so damn cute, Mimi. Several long, labour-intensive days later, we were back on track. By now, I had most of the necessary infrastructure in place to start collecting veggie cake ingredients. The only thing lacking was my own beehive. But why bother with that when I could just nick my neighbour's honey? Despite all my hard work, there was still a period of waiting to be endured. So between cultivating the crops, stockpiling the sap, and harvesting the honey, we took care of some more chores. There was breeding to begin, inventories that needed sorting, materials to be collected, and of course, more drops to be looted because my spirit had not yet been completely crushed and I still retained a modicum of hope that I would be able to find better quality tools. I have been looking for tools since the start of this playthrough, and the first one I get is a bloody sickle. Oh, I see you, Ello. I see you. Ooh, that's oil down there. I need that. Question is, how am I going to bloody get it? Yes, I'll take that, thank you. Ooh, it's a boosted red drop. Get it and go, get it and go, get it and go. Yoink. Well, that was probably the most successful loot drop outing we've had so far. 3 red drops in a row and a couple of half-decent purple ones. But what I think I'm going to do now is, because before literally 5 minutes ago, the drops were pretty shitty and fairly inconsistent. It's not worth me, you know, hopping halfway across the map only to like lose sight of the loot drop or end up with really shitty loot if I do find the drop. So I'm thinking, no, you're not my Benny. Where's Benny? Where did I leave you? Over here. Alright, so Benny, I think I'm going to leave you here for this adventure. And keep all of that. Let them grow up for me. You can babysit. And we'll chuck away this crap we just found. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not crap. It's actually fairly decent stuff. So all that can go in there. Alright, so we'll chuck that in the Jenny. Oh, we're going to have to get some more of that. Maybe I should do that first, because what I want to do is, rather than chase loot drops around the map, I'm thinking of going after treasure maps. Now, I believe, I don't know this for certain, because to be honest, I'm not sure where the treasure maps come from. They sort of just appear in my inventory at random intervals, but I think you get them from killing creatures. Perhaps there's a certain small percentage chance that specific creatures drop treasure maps. So I'm going to take out a bunch of Thylers and just see if we can get our hands on several treasure maps. But before I do that, I think I've got to go out for some oil because I don't have much gasoline left. And if I run out of that, not only am I going to lose power to my structures, but I'm going to end up with baby Thylers everywhere. In hindsight, I should have skipped the oil and gone straight to treasure hunting. Okay, so now I want you following me. Now I haven't seen anything dangerous in this water so far.
2 seconds later.
Go. What was that? Drop it. You took your sweet time. Why I like Benny better than you. No, that's mean. I take that back. I'll give you more of a chance than that. Drop it. Where are you? Drop it. You're supposed to be following me, not the other way around. Drop it. Come here. Well, we're both gonna die if you keep doing this. Oh, come here, you stupid cat. Dumbass. I definitely like Benny better than you. By now, I was very well acquainted with the torment of harvesting by hand, but trying to mine for oil while underwater, accompanied by a Thyler who decided to play keep away, was a whole thrilling new level of painful. I mined what I could, then headed straight home, eager to dump the oil, and drop there if I'm being honest, and engage in more exciting ventures. The whole treasure hunting idea might have been forgotten for a minute there, but I got back to it eventually. I don't need to kill you, but I will. Why? Because I hate you. Really, guys? First time fighting a Mega Raptor? Is it like the Udi's fear or what's that? I am being hunted. Incorrect, sir. You are the one who is being hunted. Away from my gate. The subsequent killing spree lasted a good 24 hours, and while it perhaps wasn't as lucrative as I hoped, it was still semi-successful. Good work, team. We've got quite a few treasure maps to satisfy our loot craving now. I swung by base briefly to swap out Drop Bear for Benny, who was obviously superior in all conceivable ways, but was particularly OP as a long-distance travel mount. Benny, let's go. We're going to E, 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 and E. And then we left home behind, bouncing off into the bush in pursuit of riches beyond our wildest dreams. The first treasure chest we unearthed, however, was closer to rags than riches, but we weren't about to let that dampen our enthusiasm. Right? A nice little collection of resources. Hopefully we can do a bit better. With several treasure maps yet unused, there was still fortune to be found. Chest 2, when we dug it up, was an improvement, but still failed to provide the one thing we truly needed. And as evidence of just how desperate I was to secure better tools, when I came to the chilling realization that all the remaining treasure was buried somewhere beneath the frozen tundra of the snow biome, I didn't hesitate to press forward, in spite of the danger and the rapidly encroaching darkness. Am I going to freeze if I go in there? I'm not snowflaking yet. Maybe my armor is high enough quality. Oh, I don't want to deal with a Udi. Nope. Not getting feared today, thank you. That was a Palovia. Alright, well, we fell in a crevice, but we avoided a Palovia. That's a trade-off I'll take every time. You could be within dig range soon. Oh, never mind, they've seen us. Can we get the mammoths instead? Yep, that's it. Beautiful. Thank you, wolves. Well, that wasn't worth the trip. Okay, yep, I definitely don't want to go near there. I love you, but I don't think you're capable of taking on a wyvern. Or even outrunning a wyvern. Or a Udi, let's go, let's go. Please get up, please get up. Oh. You really are the best boy, Benny. Oh my god. Sorry, Benny. I need to put you on neutral, don't I, buddy? Alright, let's get past this Udi. Oh, I shut myself then. Hopefully we find a new pair of pants in one of these treasure chests, Benny. Don't look back, keep going. Oh, I hate those little bastards. Yeah, we're checking that out. I mean, that's good. Blue... Actually, that's excellent. Ascendant Mutabarosaurus blueprint. You dickhead. I need to get out of the snow, man. I need to get out of the snow. Well, I got a veggie cake, which is not gonna do me much good, but when we get home, we might now be at the point where we can make some more. That was a terrible jump, Benny. Right into a pack of bloody wolves. Yeah, I'm sorry. I won't give you shit. You've done a fantastic bloody job. And you must be tired. A fantastic bloody job was an insulting understatement and failed to truly highlight Benny's many contributions. I mean, he didn't even complain about how the loot we'd risked our lives to acquire was either incredibly mediocre, bloody useless, or both. Benny was unquestionably the MVP of this mission, and after looting the final treasure chest, I asked him to hop on home so he could kick back and enjoy some much-deserved R&R. After we made one quick pit stop, for science reasons. While I've got a veggie cake, I'm going to test and see if they actually eat these. I'm not going to feed it, I just want to see if it'll accept. And there it is. Alright, we've got some veggie cakes to make. Back home, Benny settled in for a lengthy recuperation, and in doing so left me completely unsupervised. So I think it's fair to say that everything that occurred afterwards was partially his fault. I think I'm actually going to have a go at getting a queen bee. Don't really remember what you need. I think it might be gilly, so I'll grab this. Bug spray would probably help. Or bug repellent, whatever you call it. And I think having a dire bear was the way to go, but of course I'm not allowed to tame a dire bear. But let me take out drop bear. Where did you end up? No, I've got you in my pocket, don't I? There we go. Right where I left you. Alright, so you come with me. And then we'll grab the marsupial squad out here. You all come with me. This might be overkill for taking on a few bees, but I would rather be overprepared and underwhelmed than underprepared and overwhelmed. Who are you? Really? Alright, everybody back. Run, run. One day it might be nice to just get like a single thing accomplished and not get distracted halfway through. One day it'll happen. Marsupial mob, take 5. I'll be back in a second. There's another one. What were you? You're shitting me. You're shitting me now, game. Alright, I need one of you to chase me. I don't even care which one at this point. That's it. Come with me. No getting distracted. Ignore the Dodic. Ignore the Parasaur. That's it. Keep coming. Keep coming. No, we don't need the moth. We don't need the moth. That's it. That's it. Come on. All the way. Up the ramp. And go. Oh, you bastard. Leave the baby. Leave the baby. That's how it's done. Okay. Don't need the Parasaur. Look, you come with me. You can have all the meat you could ever eat. I promise. That's better. Rubbish health. Yeah, okay, melee. We'll have to compare you with the other two over there. Well, what was I doing? Bees, that's right, bees. Marsupial mob, let's go. All of you wait there. You can come with me, drop there. So I've got my ghillie on. Drink that. Then, I think I just shoot it. Okay. Oh, is that the queen? Is that the queen? Come here. Come here. Move. Well, that was the queen. This particular beehive heist might have been a bust, but at least I now knew it was feasible, like unlike my experience in ASE. So I returned to base with the intention of cooking up some cakes, but it turns out I just needed a few more ingredients, which, much to his chagrin, meant Benny's period of convalescence was over. Benny, we're going to make a quick trip to the redwoods and check on our tree sap caps. Are we not going to do anything about this? Do it myself. Benny to the rescue again. Once the pantry was fully stocked, I secured my chef's hat and got my bake on. Though without an industrial cooker and a consistent water supply, my bake did take a mind-numbingly long time. I think we've got everything we need to get started. So I've got my water, white fire, craft, fiber. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Boom. Right, you can go in there. And then you lot can go back in there. But enduring the inconvenience was worth it for the reward of 3 full stacks of delicious sweet veggie cakes. And now that I had them, I want to go out and try and tame a few high level of you. Now, because last time, I'm not 100% certain on this, but I think what happened was when I fed the Muttaburrasaurus, everything around just attacked me. Sort of a similar mechanic to, is it the Ammonite that does that? So, Benny, you might have to stay here, mate. We're going to take out the Thylers for this one. Veggie cakes in hand, Dropbear and I recruited the marsupial mob to be our backup, then marched across the map to suss out a couple of locations I knew Muttaburrasaurus spawned, both of which turned up nothing. And so our search continued. As the sun faded and night crept closer, Dropbear and I began bickering over what our next move was. Should we carry on and brave the bush in near total darkness? Should we stop and seek shelter for the night and resume searching in the morning? Or should we just chuck a Yui and go home with the promise of revisiting the known Muttaburrasaurus spawning sites another day? Busy debating the best course of action, both Dropbear and I were caught completely unawares the moment our luck finally changed. Nicely done, Dropbear. A lot of bullshit around here, but no Muttaburrasaurus. Hang on, I may have spoken too soon. 135, okay. I mean, I will take that, but I think before I try, I want to get rid of all the bullshit. Maybe I shouldn't have been dealing with this bullshit by myself. Hellos detected. Stay away from my Muttaburrasaurus. Holy shit, there's 5. Okay. No, we can handle it. We can handle it. Let's try this. Now, so I don't accidentally eat them all, because I may or may not have a track record of doing that. But I'm gonna put one in the hotbar. Bear with me. Aim. Run, run, run. Alright, we want to follow you. Yep. Here they all come. Is that a f***ing cat? Alright, whatever. Let's follow the Muttaburrasaurus. Do not get distracted. Are you crying? I have to wait until you stop crying? Can I feed you again? Okay, there's a Rex over here. You're trying to attack me, cat? Yeah, you're not going to win that fight. Go, Rex. Okay, wait there. Alright, this way, everyone. Down here. There it on. Incoming. One more feed. Hey! Alright, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Come with me. Oh, we still got incoming. After getting a handle on the taming method and welcoming our first Muttaburrasaurus friend into the tribe, something strange occurred. Something so bizarre, so unprecedented, that I never before encountered it in my decade of playing Ark. Well, more like it. That's a pretty blue colour. Boom. And get on. Now, let's not hit the Muttaburrasaurus, so let's get everyone over here. Okay, can I feed you again? Alright, you're tamed. Muttaburrasaurus spotted, and you are pretty too. What level are you? Yes, please. I will take it. I was looking for you. Well, maybe not you, specifically. But you're a cool... Okay. Yep, I definitely was looking for you. Was that a Muttaburrasaurus nice? It was. I didn't think I'd find any up here. Get up. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Maybe I'll check the level first. Oh yeah, we need to get up there. We need to get up there. Look what's right up there. Something's gonna have to go drastically wrong soon, because my luck with the Muttaburrasaurus levels has just been way too good so far. And then, if you can believe it, it got even bloody better. Finally! Okay, I don't usually say this playing this game, but today has been a good day. Today has been a great day. Knowing the tides of fortune could turn at any moment, Drop Bear and I chose to take our W's and head home. But the Ark gods still must have been thinking of us favourably, because on the way, they saw fit to drop another high-level min-me in our path. Returning to base victorious was a foreign feeling. Nice, absolutely, just not something I was accustomed to. And that feeling transmutated into an eagerness to get back out into the world and attempt to replicate my taming triumphs, but this time with Diamantinosaurus. I spent the remainder of the night prepping to bake another batch of veggie cakes, but the next day, when the fog finally buggered off, I wanted to spend some time with our newest tribe mates, learning who they were and what talents they possessed. So what's this thing up in the corner? Aspect of self. Not a bloody clue what that means. Alright, so we've got a left click. Does that do damage? Apparently. Alright, what does right click do? Nothing? Oh no, it did something. Muttaburra camo. As in camouflage? As in the nasties can't see me? Alright, there's a Rex up here. Let's go test that out. Hey, Rex. Do you see me? Do you see me? Hey. Do you actually not see me, or are you just distracted by the Gilboa baby? Hey. Further experimentation might be required for that one. Alright, what else do we have? C? C. Okay, C cycles through aspect of Stegosaurus. That was the mammoth. Aspect of Tyrannosaurus. Aspect of raptor. Oh, okay, you imitate the call, but that's nice, but what does it do? Raptor's swiftness, so is my speed increased? It's not all that swift, I'll be honest. Baryonyx's alacrity. Okay. We take on a Psylocke. You attack very slowly. Kind of like this, I wish I put the damage numbers on. Oh, it's a 130. But the problem with the damage numbers is, are they informative? Yes. But are they ugly? Also yes. And I don't like them filling up the screen. Oh, that was close. That was close. Maybe we go back now. We'll have to explore that a little bit more. What's going on over there? Another raptor attack, I'm guessing. But yeah, we'll have to explore that a little bit more. Because, like, I still don't know the difference between all the different aspects. Especially because, like, the raptor was it swiftness? And the baryonyx was alacrity. To me, they both sort of mean, like, a quickness. Like, alacrity is, like, brisk, isn't it? Can I get some help here, please? I'm very low on health. Help! Help! Alrighty, so they pass on their aspects to other tribe mates. Good to know. Now I've just gotta know what those aspects actually do. But after a few hours of joyriding and trying my utmost to literally kill all the progress I'd made the previous day, Benny and I got back to business. I really wanted to tame some Diamantinosaurus, and yeah, in part that was because they were just awesome Aussie creatures, but I'm not gonna lie, a lot of my enthusiasm was driven by the desperate desire for someone, anyone, to help me with harvesting. And despite still not knowing at this point what, if anything, Diamantinosaurus was capable of farming, they were my last hope. So I was absolutely placing all of my dino eggs in that giant basket. But my supply of veggie cakes was running low, and even worse, I was still short on ingredients. But at least I could craft some of these ones myself. And while I waited, I figured I might as well get a head start on breeding. And that's when I realized ingredients weren't the only thing I was short on. So I am gonna have to cheat a little bit. I wanted to do this playthrough taming entirely Aussie animals. And for the most part I'm going to do that. But I just remembered for the breeding station, in order for them to pick up eggs, I need oviraptors. Tracking down an oviraptor took longer than I'd have liked. It seemed my earlier taming luck was beginning to wane, but Benny and I eventually found a mother-daughter duo who we convinced to join us. Hang on. Bingo! Is that a... Can I claim you? No, hang on, come back. Where's your parent? Is that your parent over there? Alright, let's go see if we can find that baby again. Is that you? Please don't get eaten. I think it is. Benny, keep eyes on the little one. You don't want to be losing that. Go, 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 go. We smuggled the illegal oviraptors across our base's border, where after furnishing what passed as our nursery for the moment, we put them to work. But they weren't the only ones putting in the hours. I still needed a few more items for the veggie cakes, and Benny, being the bestest and most brilliant boy, was obviously willing to help. Upon gathering the remaining ingredients, I apparently entered some sort of baking fugue state that lasted almost 2 full days, and when I eventually regained awareness, the only evidence of my stupor was the lingering aroma of freshly baked goods. Well, that and the stacks of veggie cakes in the preserving bin. I asked both Benny and Drop Bear to accompany me on this particular expedition. Having never tamed a Diamantinosaurus before, I didn't know what to expect. Would swiftness be more advantageous, or would strength serve us better here? Perhaps it could be a combination of both. So to cover all our bases, the three of us set off in search of our quarry. Although we really didn't have to search that hard, because if there was one thing I had learned about Diamantinosaurus so far this playthrough, it's that they were bloody lazy bastards, and the high-level ones we'd spotted several weeks earlier had barely moved. Look at that little sleeping face, or the big sleeping face. It's probably more accurate to say. Okay, let's feed you. Okay. I'll be honest, I was expecting something to happen there. But hey, I'm not going to complain about not being attacked. One veggie cake did 60% taming. I was not expecting that. Because I thought the Muttaburrasaurus would be easier to tame than these guys, to be honest. But once again, not complaining. That is not a complaint, just an observation. You hungry again? No, I don't want to pick the berries. Hello, my new friend. Well, I was only planning to get a male and a female of you lot, but considering how bloody easy this was, we might be grabbing a few. First things first, let me put my spyglass here so I don't accidentally eat the veggie cakes. Alright, what are you? 20? 95? 20? I have a suspicion that you guys are overspawning. 25. Because there is a lot of you around here. The 145 I think was one of these down in the gully. Oh, 130, I'll take that. You're gonna have to wake up because I don't have a Pokeball for you. Why are you sleeping? Come on. Open at him. Come on. Come on. Wake up. Be like a flea trying to wake up a dog by jumping on it. Okay. Well, you stay in there for a while, I guess. Let me go get some more Pokeballs. There was crystal up around here somewhere. I'm on your tail. Maybe I don't need the saddle. If I stand on your head... Not gonna wake up? No? I just want to see what happens when I feed you this next veggie cake. Here we go. I think I saw a prompt. Is that the prompt? Ah, I wanted to stand on your head. Quick, let me on. Are you gonna wake up? It happened by accident. What I was trying to do before. Whee! Are you trying to... Benny! Where are you going? What are you doing? Oh, game. I'm not sure what's happening. Are you not happy to be my friend? You're leaving Benny behind. Benny! I'm sorry, but we gotta go back for Benny. I can't leave Benny. Our taming campaign was progressing okay. We certainly weren't lacking for options. Plenty of good levels were out there just brazenly lazing about. What was lacking, though, were the blokes. Every Diamantinosaurus we'd tamed so far had been female, and even with an assist from the overspawning, we still had yet to find a single high-level male. For this reason, we chose to wade into uncharted territory. The Redwoods. If I had known just how drastically far I'd fallen in the Ark God's esteem since my Muttaburrasaurus taming days, I would have turned and bolted then and there. My luck tank was running on empty, and I was ignoring the fuel gauge. I mean, if we can't find a high-level male... You know what we need to do? Get out. Drop it. Oh, that's... I wanted... Thanks for the assist, but I didn't mean to do that. Alright, drop bear. You gotta watch our backs, alright? No. Benny. Benny. Get out of there, Benny. I don't know if you can take this or not. Come here. Come. Nice work drop there, but you bloody worried me there. Let's not do that again. Let's watch where we're biting, everybody. Oh, these assholes again.
Who's bad?
Where are you? Come here. Come here. Oh, of course I've got bloody mega rabies. I think I saw a sauropod over here. Oh. Yeah. That is the first alpha I've seen. You've got to be shitting me, game. I don't think you're up for this though, drop bear. Go away, my character! Off me, shithead. Oh, again, seriously? I hate those things so much. I have no idea what the fuck that is, and I'm not really interested in finding out right now. Oh, what now? Of course it's you little pricks again. Get him. You're really not looking so hot. Benny, it's all up to you. As per usual. Just go. Leave those bastards in the dust. Well, that's a bit more like it. Got a couple of contenders over here too. Jackpot. Can you go to sleep for me, please? Your presence isn't really required, so you can come over here. Oh, bad timing, bad timing. Very bad timing. Benny. Stuck inside of it. Benny. Oh, are you kidding me? Where is that pego? You steal my veggie cakes. You have got to be shitting me. Little bastard. Come here. Oh, more Microraptors. Oh, Benny. Where is Drop Bear? Going from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. I don't know where Drop Bear is. All of my veggie cakes are gone. Literally just as I find 2 high-level males. Oh, this is terrible. Ah. I'll just pause it. That sequence of events you just saw will go down in my personal history as one of the single most, if not the most, aggravating, rage-inducing, monitor-punching moments of Ark I have ever played. So yeah, I paused and took a short break to have a cup of tea and calm the nerves. A fat lot of good that did me because my heart rate skyrocketed straight back up almost immediately upon unpausing. Oh, don't you dare, don't you dare! Where are you, shithead? Piss off! Get him, Benny. Good boy. Can you all just leave me alone for 5 bloody minutes? All I wanted to do right then, apart from, getting the fuck out of there, was place a waypoint on my map so I could locate the male Diamantinosaurus later. Surely that wasn't too much to ask. Well, according to the dickheads who call the Redwoods home, apparently it was. And I use that pushback. Use that knockback, come on. Oh, not another fucking Paeaet. Benny boy, you really are the best. Does anything else want to come and attack me before I get my map and my tracker out? Yep, got one taker. Shithead. Just breathe. Just breathe. You know what, Benny? I haven't given you any points into melee, I don't think, but we're going to go 1. You have 1. Alright. Now, I think there was some sort of tracker in ASA, wasn't there? That's the Engram's tribe. Alright, so Drop Bear didn't die. That's good to know. Tracker. All tames. Search. Drop Bear. Okay. Ping you. Where are you? Okay, you're over here. Oh, what now? Oh, and you're hurt. Come here, my friend. You didn't get my veggie cakes back, did you? Oh, piss off! Oh, I hate this game sometimes. No, go away, Connor. No. No more. Leave me alone. I want to go home. Which way's home? Oh no, Peggos, no. Absolutely not. Nah, I'm done. I'm done. As a final confirmation of just how low I'd sunk in the Ark God's estimation, there was now a high-level male snoozing on the edge of the redwoods, barely a stone's throw from base. Not that it mattered considering I'd been mugged and had my veggie cake stolen. Good news is we're not all that far from home. Bad news? Pretty much everything else. So, tails thoroughly tucked between our legs, we slunk home. Downtrodden we may have been, but we weren't wholly defeated quite yet, and as an act of defiance against the Ark gods and their capricious ways, we ignited the ovens and got back to baking for a 3rd time. Spite was my main motivation now, and I was going to tame some of those damn sauropods even if it killed me. Or worse, forced me to craft even more bloody veggie cakes, We whiled away the night hours by tending to our honestly kind of neglected breeding program, but as dawn broke, Benny and I steeled our resolve and cut a path back towards the redwoods, stopping only to tame the level 145 we'd found loitering the day before. But something happened then that neither Benny nor I expected. Oh, it's so much easier out here. Got everything trying to kill me. Oh, what? Hang on, why are you waking up? Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. I don't know if that is a bug or a feature. He seems pretty pissed off, so I'm guessing that is a feature. It's probably because my taming rate is a bit high that it doesn't happen all the time. Maybe there's a certain percentage chance that they get a little bit grumpy when you wake them up. Chucking a tanty had tuckered the poor guy out, and he had to nap it off, which allowed us to complete the tame. But this was easy mode. We hadn't made it into the redwoods yet. The one teeny tiny crumb of luck gifted to us amidst the shit show was the fact that the male Diamantinosaurus were located relatively close to the edge of Dickhead Forest. Not to worry though, there were still plenty of opportunities for chaos and disaster to befall us. Oh, no, I'm sick of you bastards. But thankfully we narrowly managed to avoid it. Up until the very last second, that is. Oh, he's waking. Let's go. Alright, buddy. Just go to sleep. I think you were the other one, but we're going to get this guy first. That's it. You are feeling very sleepy. Very sleepy. Benny. Alright, Benny. We're good. Hey, actually, you know what? Follow me in the direction of home. Sleepy time? Come on, nap time. Oh, Pego, I swear to God. You steal my veggie cakes again. I will absolutely lose my shit. Where did you go? What did you steal? Oh, that was too close for comfort. Hate those fucking little pricks. Alright. Last veggie cake. Fortunately, it was nothing that Benny Boy couldn't handle, and with our tames in the bag, we flipped the redwoods and all its dickhead inhabitants off and hurried our asses on out of there. Let's get out of this terrible, terrible place. Yeah, I hear you, Pego. I want nothing to do with... Oh, I thought that was a Microraptor then. Just a dragon bug. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Only for the game to drop us one final fuck you on our way home. Ooh. Was I pissed that after spending so much time searching in vain for better quality tools, Ark went ahead and bestowed 2 upon me from a singular drop right after I just tamed the one creature capable of saving me from hand harvesting hell? Yeah, I'm not going to bullshit you. I was pissed. But I was not the same person I had been mere days ago. My ordeal in the redwoods had changed me. There was no creature or force of nature in existence on this map that had the wherewithal to make it to the top of my shit list. Not in this playthrough. That position was jointly and securely held by the Pegos and the Microraptors, and there was nothing the Ark gods or anyone else could do that would topple those tiny terrorist assholes from first place. So rather than lose more precious time to an unproductive, angry outburst, I chose to do something constructive instead. I went ahead and wrote myself up a mental list. Totally different list from the shit list. This was in more of a to-do style of the goals I wanted to accomplish over the next few weeks. One of the more prominent goals was breeding. I'd made a good start on this already with all of my Aussie animals, with the exception of the Procoptodon. So far, I'd only tamed a single high-level female, and as much as I adored him, Benny's stats were nothing to brag about, so this was the one situation for which he wouldn't be much use. So this segued into goal number 2, more taming. I've popped the battalion out because the last thing I want to do is tame several high-level Procoptodon. But the thing is, because I'm so shit with the billboard, the only way I can really think to... Hi guys. The only way I can really think to do this is to use rare flowers to get them to chase me. But it is not just Procoptodon that will end up chasing me. So this lot here, if I run into too much trouble, are going to be like my last line of defense. If I'm getting chased by a whole bunch of bullshit, I'm going to run back over here and have them take care of it. The new taming plan was pretty solid in my opinion, and such an obvious solution that I berated myself for not thinking to use rare flowers earlier, but it also had one minor flaw. It only worked if you could actually find high-level Procoptodon, which in the rare flower plan's defense, I did eventually, even if it took all damn day and a light sprinkling of mass murder. Sit up here. No, I don't want the parasaurs. And once we refined the plan and revised how we approached the trap, we were unstoppable. Oh, come on, come on. Yes. As much of a blast as I was having luring in Ruse with my floral fragrance, the fun did have to stop eventually. For one, I was doing all this hard yakka only to receive less than stellar stats in return. And secondly, there were more items to check off my to-do list. It's time. I need to go and find some pearls. Problem? I don't know where the pearls are on this map. So we're just going to have to go on a little bit of an adventure and have a look. With how stress-free and successful our first underwater farming foray had been, stupid cat, there was a part of me already dreading the pearl expedition we were about to embark on, but thankfully Drop Bear bloody behaved himself this time around, and after a prompt but profitable dip beneath the waves, we returned home and crafted ourselves a Diamantinosaurus saddle. Finally, after 46 fucking days, the hand harvesting hell was coming to an end. Maybe. It all depended on whether Diamantinosaurus were actually capable of farming anything. So that seemed like something I should investigate before tossing my tools in celebration. We're going to pop the saddle on you. There you go. You might... Is that Agonoiz? That was an Agonoiz. Betty, come here. I want to know if you harvest resources. I'm assuming you harvest like wood at least. So we've got... You got 5 wood. The test might have started off a bit shaky, but by the end there was no arguing with the results. I would say I was fairly pleased. Yes, 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 yes. Inject that straight into my veins. That is exactly what I want. Oh, you bloody magnificent beast. I love you. That's it, just get it all. You can collect Titan hide and all that as well. You're just a bloody jack of all trades, an all-rounder. Is there nothing you can't do? The simple act of saddling up our long-necked friend had opened up a whole new world of possibilities. We would never lack for resources again. But this did come with its own drawback. Weight limitation was a thing. But I thought there might be a way to circumvent that a little bit. A whole bunch of other attachments, didn't I? Well, not a whole bunch. I think I had 1 or 2. We should go back and try those out. Come on. Yeah, I know. You're a bit slow. But we put up with it because your harvesting capabilities are pretty bloody good. That's it. Nice work. Knew you could do it. Nope, sorry, you're not allowed in, Equus. VIP access only. Is that... Equip a Diamantinosaurus with this to give it 50% weight reduction on all items. Well, shit, we definitely want that, but I currently don't have anywhere near 5,000 metal. Or 8,000 wood. Or 27,000 thatch. Or 32,000 fiber. This one is caravan leggings. Equip a Diamantinosaurus with this to enable it to passively produce med brews. Don't ask how it makes bottles. No, I won't. No questions from me if it passively makes med brews. 0 shits given. Okay, so I don't need to add like berries or anything. And I can hear it bubbling away. Oh, that is excellent because I don't have a cooker or anything. I was kind of worried how I was going to be making a bunch of med brews for the boss fights. But that might be taken care of. Okay, so the first subtle attachment might have been out of our price range for the moment. But given that we just locked down a steady supply of resources, it shouldn't take us all that long to save up for one. But before I fell headfirst down a farming rabbit hole, there were a few other errands to take care of. You know, mostly basic chores like inventory sorting, but the biggest issue was breeding. To my shame, I'd still been semi-neglectful of my blossoming breeding program. Some creatures, like my thylers, were happily mutating away, whereas with others, such as the Procoptodon, I hadn't even gotten a perfect pair yet. That needed fixing ASAP, especially if Procops were going to be boss fight contenders. But once that was course corrected, I dialed back hard into harvest mode. Way back at the beginning of this adventure, I stated that I had a capital P plan, and now, at long last, I could bring that capital P plan to fruition. Before I hit you with what I'm sure will be a riveting harvesting / crafting / building montage, I need to take a moment to correct the record. Rabid Oviraptor, move aside. There is a new, strangest things I've seen in Ark champion. I think it's a bug, no pun intended. Okay, record corrected. Let the riveting montage commence. A lovely view to wake up to there. Procoptodon butt. But anyway, we have reached the confession portion of this video. Yes, forgive me, Ark gods, for I have sinned. But I haven't played in a month. I'm saying a month. Honestly, it's probably closer to 2. And like in that time, the new Muttaburrasaurus facelift dropped as well. And like I had to take some time to process my trauma there. But yeah, it's been a while. And just before my hiatus, I know I did do another recording, but that file ended up a little bit janky. So I'll have to see what I can salvage from that. But I'm struggling to remember what I actually did during that session. I think that the 3 memories that I have, I went to the Green Obelisk, because I wanted to see what artifacts and tributes I needed for the boss fight. And then I'm pretty sure I went and got some of those tributes, specifically Argy Talons and Titanoboa Venom. But outside of that, the other thing I think I did was take you all on a little bit of a tour of my building because I was doing this for, I think it was like 30-something days. It took a long bloody time, let me tell you that. So let's just do a brief tour. So if you saw my first video, you'll know that building is not my forte. I usually stick with platforms, or I did when I played ASE. But in ASA, I'm making a real effort to like improve. So this is my farmhouse that I came up with. Originally, I was going with a sort of reclaimed barn kind of look, but I changed my mind and went with more of just a farmhouse aesthetic. I think, considering the fact that I've only recently upgraded from building platforms, I haven't done too bloody badly. There are a couple of things I don't really, vibe with. I think the second story could maybe be a little bit taller. I don't know if I like the windows like running in a ring all the way around the second story. But, there are later problems. I can always fix those if I want to. There is room for improvement, definitely, but I like what I've come up with. Over here is the small barn. And inside, I've just got some chests. Inside these ones in the center of the room is just the colors or the mutations for my critters. And then at the back is saddles. Definitely need some more lighting in here. And then attached to that is just a very small stable. I sort of conceived this idea to house all the Thyla variants that I've got installed, of which I only have a few, so I would like to fill this out eventually. And it's also temporarily housing my coloured dinos that I'm going to then breed into my boss lineup. Speaking of breeding the boss army, this is where all my breeders are hanging out, the big barn. I wish it wasn't so bloody foggy, or dark for that matter. Maybe I should have waited until the daylight hours to do this. If it wasn't patently bloody obvious, I don't use tutorials or reference images. I am proudly a graduate of the Make Shit Up As You Go School of Architecture and Design. Our motto is just and wing it. The original concept was to have a space where my Diamantinosaurus could stick their heads out like so, which you could argue I achieved that, but I don't know about those pillars up the top, so I might have to figure out something else to do up there. But again, later problem, got other shit to do first. And inside, it just needs a little bit more detail. Like the walls are too large and flat. I don't like it. And then if I go up to the second story, same goes here. It's just a big open flat space. It needs to be broken up a little bit. It would also help if I finished the actual building, but we're not going to worry about that right now. But anyway, that's my 3 main builds, and I also have over here just a little retirement village. So I've got Drop Bear, like one of my original Thylas, and Best Boy Benny. Like, I don't want to risk their lives any more than I already have. They deserve to enjoy their retirement, so they're going to do so over here. Especially you, Benny. Like, Benny has literally made this entire thing possible. Without him, we would have got nowhere. So you need to be kept safe and secure, my friend. So that took me a good 30 or so in-game days and probably like a month IRL. But now that it's as like complete as it's going to get right now, I am going to switch focus. We're going back to boss prep because that's really the only thing I have left to do. My boss prep would be completed in stages. To kick us off, Opal, who was filling in for Benny, and I took a quick trip out to the Green Obelisk, both to double check what artifacts were required for the Gamma fight, and also to confirm that I had the correct amount of the necessary tributes. Stage 2 was basically to continue breeding, but I wouldn't be aiming for mutations any longer. So instead, I subbed in my Blurple comrades. When the time came, I wanted to make sure that our army would be riding into battle adorned in our tribe's colours. The third stage is the one I mistakenly thought would take the longest. Oh boy, was I wrong. Stage 3 was where spelunking took centre stage. Gathering whatever armor, weapons, and items could conceivably come in handy, I loaded them up into Opal's pouch, and then we hopped off in the direction of the Skylord Cave. As far as Ark caves go, in my experience, this one was fairly straightforward. I'd even go so far as to say it was easy once I figured out that swimming was an essential part of the process. After grabbing the artifact, we even managed to complete our Aussie animal collection by taming ourselves a shitty Megalania. Look, I love Megalania as a creature. I do not love the Ark version. TLC when wildcard. Once we were safely out, we left the Skylord Cave behind and went to retrieve the artifact of the Devourer, which, for a cave that was basically a non-sentient hollow in the earth, turned out to be a bit of a trickster. Ooh, that looks cavey. Alright. Huh. Alright, can I open this? No. Do I have to break it? Apparently not. Do I have to solve a puzzle? Oh, bloody hope not. Do I have to insert an item? Is it like a button? Oh, hang on. That looks button-like. Piece of piss. Alright, let's go. Not only did I have to puzzle out how to open the bloody door, but the pathway to the artifact itself was hiding behind a cheeky rock. Panic gripped me for a moment because I'd left my pick and hatchet home with Benny. After the ordeal I'd gone through to obtain them, I hadn't wanted to risk losing either in the caves. But, of course, I forgot to bring backups, hadn't I? Luckily, though, my Thyla had picked up a primitive hatchet from somewhere, and after a squeeze through the tunnel and a nerve-wracking test of my grappling skills, we had the artifact of the Devourer in our possession. There was just one more we needed to collect, the artifact of the pack, and all that was standing in our way was a freaking boss. And so we entered stage 4 of our boss prep, and this, no bullshit, was the most grueling part of the entire playthrough. The hardcore harvesting I undertook during this period made everything that came before seem like baby's first farming foray. And the reason I voluntarily endured such torture? The promise of sweet, sweet Ascendant saddles. Because I'd failed to get my hands on any quality Aussie saddles from drops, with the exception of one Ascendant Muttaburrasaurus saddle blueprint, which was ridiculously expensive,
$900 dues.
I'd gone ahead and installed the Upgrade Station, a fantastic mod that I didn't use all that much, just because it's way too OP during the early game. But I wasn't in the early game anymore, was I? So I installed the Upgrade Station Ventures in my big barn, then hit the harvesting hard. Over the course of several long days, I grinded out a truly excessive number of resources. And there it goes. But as hard as I worked, it still wasn't enough to outfit all of my boss fighters with Ascendant saddles. So we settled for the next best thing, a mix of Ascendant, Mastercraft, and Journeyman. At the tail end of my farm fest, I crafted up the final few items I'd need to face down the bosses, and then enthusiastically bid harvesting a heartfelt farewell and fuck you. At long bloody last, we had reached the 5th and final stage of boss prep, leveling our army. I took the Procoptodon out for an experience run first, and I plan to do the same for the Muttaburrasaurus, but there was something I needed to figure out first. I genuinely have no idea how these aspect things work, and I forgot to look it up. But I think I'm going to pop most of you on the aspect of T-Rex. So I'm hoping that might increase damage or something. And then others I'm going to pop on the Stego. Because again, this is just me hoping that that will provide some sort of like defensive boost. And then I might just single out, whoops, 1 or 2 to do the other aspects, just to try and cover all bases. And also, I don't even know if they stack, so maybe this is a waste of time. I switched the aspects with no real idea of what I was switching them to. Got to keep that making shit up as I go streak alive somehow, I suppose. And then we were off. Unlike the Procoptodon, who I let bounce around and menace the neighborhood at random, for the Muttaburrasaurus, I had a specific victim in mind. Found the Alpha Rex. Alright, let's try this, guys. Don't know if I'm biting off more than I can chew here. Credit where credit is due, the Muttaburrasaurus did defeat the Alpha Rex, but, well, we did it. But that took a while. There was the temptation to stick around for a while longer and prolong our reign of terror. I mean, look at these faces and tell me you wouldn't tremble with fear upon getting a glimpse. But this whole running around sniping stragglers gig wasn't a very efficient way to level up, and I was itching to pick a fight with a giant arachnid. So we turned back for home and I swapped out the Muttaburrasaurus mob for the Procoptodon one, and then my stomach plummeted as I realised I have to go back into the bloody redwoods. But needs must, and I must have the artifact of the pack, so ignoring our misgivings, we hopped to it and found our nemesis lying in wait. Opal literally shit herself. Yep, that sounds like a spider. Where are you, miss? Oh, right there. Okay. But for some strange reason, she didn't wait around very long. All right, team. I'm going to hit you with a neutral. Now, just remember, we've swatted spiders bigger than this in our dunny. We got this. No, that's exactly what I didn't want to happen. Leap of faith, my friends. Let's go. Shotgun out. Where is she? Doesn't matter. Let's go. Oh, one's already down. Let's go. Hello? Big Spidey? He was here a second ago. Just wait there. Oh. That I did not expect. Okay. Nope. Who was panicking? Why would you do a silly thing like that? Spidey. No. Has she been in here? Not the spider I was looking for. Where the hell did she go? How you lose a gargantuan spider, I don't bloody know. But after wasting a significant chunk of time waiting in vain for the brood mother to reappear, I decided to call an end to the most anticlimactic boss non-fight in Ark history and left my Procoptodon behind to go and grab the artifact. A part of me was hoping that while we were busy below ground jacking the artifact, the brood mother would respawn, but no such luck. Disappointed and kind of embarrassed that we'd been ghosted by a spider, we packed up and went home. The broodmother might have disappeared on us, but surely the new Valguero boss would not do the same. Okay, I think we're all set. Now, I know this is a new boss, and that is pretty much the extent of my knowledge. I don't know how tough it is, but... Oh, I need to actually turn that on, don't I? But my Metabarosaurus are low health for one, but two, given their abilities, my suspicion is that these are supposed to be like support creatures. I don't know how they're going to do as straight up fighters, but I guess we're going to find out. Ooh, spooky. We're not going to have ourselves another rude mother situation, are we? Or is it like the Megapithecus where I have to lure it? Ooh, I see an altar. Are we going in the right direction? Yes, we are. Get it. Oh, what is that? Oh, okay, I get it now. And it's over. So Opal, Budgie, Rosella, I have some bad news. Not an unexpected outcome, and we even did a little bit better than I thought we would. Honestly, what really sealed our fate was that bloody bleed damage. I reckon if Grendel's minions had been anything other than Deinonychus, that fight would have been a whole hell of a lot closer. Of course, I have to recognise my own part in this failure. I could have contributed more as well, probably. Perhaps I should have bred more mutations, upgraded additional saddles, or just spent extra time leveling out in the White Cliffs. But hindsight is 2020. The best thing to do was learn what lessons I could from the boss fight and apply that knowledge to those that would come in the future. In the morning hours of day, I wasn't actually sure what day it was. I'd been so preoccupied preparing for the boss fights that I'd stopped monitoring the time somewhere around day 86. And even before that, I only loosely kept track of what day it was because I hadn't placed a specific time constraint on this challenge. I mean, it's not like I was making a 100 days video or anything. So I checked. For interest's sake, what day were we on? Day. Did I accidentally make a 100 days video? Absolutely not, game. I need to figure out something else to do. Now, don't get me wrong. I love a good 100 days video. But back before I'd begun creating my first video, when I was still debating whether or not I should even try my hand at, telling stories through the medium of Ark, I decided against following the traditional 100 days format. I just didn't want to place that sort of limitation on myself. Please ignore the fact that my very first video was me placing such a limitation on myself. Which meant I found myself in a bit of a conundrum. Did I conclude my story of an all Aussie animals arc here and go back on my own word? No. Perhaps there was a better way. I have to figure out something else to do for one day so I can get to 101. Alright, Benny, you know what? You and I, last hurrah. Alright, last glance at all the buildings. Although, you know what? To be honest, I might come back to this one. I kind of like what I've achieved so far. Oh, hello. Maybe that's a good way to finish us off. Taking on a fight we actually have a chance of winning. Let's see if we can get up there, Benny. And see if we can finish on some real cinematic shit. As Benny and I took in the view from above, we reflected on the journey that had brought us to this point. Yes, we may have ultimately failed the boss fight, but we'd also experienced plenty of small, if less flashy, successes along the way. And to top it all off, well, I'm no longer in danger of this being 100 days because apparently playing around in photo mode has jumped time 174 days, which at first I celebrated as a good thing. But apparently you can't mess with the timeline of Ark without facing dire consequences. And we're back.